What's up, everyone? So, I like making these videos. I enjoy them. The reason why I enjoy them is because to talk, confession is very important. And when you tell people stuff, they always got something to say. So, YouTube's actually kind of a nice tool to say what you want to say when you know it's right for everyone else to hear it. And you ain't got no feedback immediately. And makes people, it's gonna force people to think about what it is that I speak about. And that's really important to me. So that's another reason why I'm doing these videos. So I smoke marijuana, and I believe in Jesus, and a lot of people disagree and say you can't, it's just not good, and I disagree. And the reason why I disagree is God never intended for us to hurt in the first place, physically or emotionally. And, if it's not causing any problems, for me or for anyone else, it's not a problem. And not only that, it helps a lot of other things too. Helps with creativity, energy, not pain, but I just wanted to kind of put a topic on that. So if anybody, agrees or disagrees, I don't really care what they say. And plus, I've been addicted to hard drugs before. And marijuana is a really good way for people to get off hard drugs, man. I'm serious. I don't understand why other states haven't already legalized it. And the state of Michigan has, and not only has it, and them legalizing it, not only has it improved my life, I don't have to worry about me getting in trouble, or, I can enjoy it, and I'm responsible with it, but it's provided jobs for people. People are finding their identity in it, and it's, and it's sad because I was in prison for 3 years, and there was a gentleman named Squirrel that gave me my Bible that I carry around, that, I put stickers on and stuff and journal in, but he gave it to me, and he was a weird, odd character. And people called him Squirrel, and it made sense why they called him Squirrel. He was just, his teeth, the way he looked, his hair, and everything. And he an older guy, he was in his 50s, really odd character, man. He really reminded me of, like, Dexter's Laboratory. Like, a cartoon, like one of those science cartoons, like lab kind of rats. That's what he reminded me of. But he was in there for the most stupid thing, man. So, he was homeless. I mean, not homeless. He was like a roadie, I guess you would call it. Those type of people too, it's kind of help explain who he is. And, he traveled a lot. He was like a hobo. And, he was, that's what he told me, man. I believe him. I really do. He was staying in, like a homeless place, like a camp, where a lot of people that are all drugged out, you know what I mean? Out in Ann Arbor, it's like a little tent city, And, I've heard about it. I've never been there, but thinking about going over there. But, he was on parole. No, he was on probation, he said, for something. And he ended up one of the guys or something like that, fucking, that was staying in the campground had a bunch of stolen stuff, and he had one of the tablets, the iPads, and he got caught with it, and got in trouble for it. And even if he didn't have it, the reason why I'm still kind of upset is he did time. He went home, did everything he was supposed to do, and he violated parole for smoking weed, and he did almost like 5 years or something like that, man. He was showing me his paperwork, fighting the case, because he was so upset that they arrested him for smoking a joint, and that he didn't hurt nobody. He wasn't doing anything wrong. He was working, paying bills every day, and they locked him up. He lost his house. He lost everything just because he smoked a joint. And, he was working hard, his body hurt. And other medications like ibuprofen, if I take ibuprofen, it makes me sick. I can't take it. It messes me up. It really does. And that's kind of another reason why I eat the way I do. And I, when Margarita met me when I came home from prison, I worked in the kitchen a lot, and they forced you to wear these boots. I worked the whole time, actually, the 3 years. And they forced you to wear these boots, these rubber boots, Even in the county, I worked in the county too, the kitchen. I gained a lot of weight. I was heavy. And I ran the kettles, I've always been a cook. I worked at Henry Ford Museum, Greenford Village, I've always been a bad person. I haven't always been in trouble, It's what most people don't get. I hate that shit. But, he was in there. Dude, the prisons are crazy, man. The system is messed up. He was in there for 5 years, right? Fighting the case. And they kept on flopping him because he had a tail. That means, he went home early on good time. And, well, we don't have good time in Michigan, but he went home early. He did his minimum, I guess you could say, we call it. And, they kept on flopping him just because he was fighting the case. Because marijuana is legal now. But they wouldn't let him go home because it happened like right before marijuana was legal. And it was sad to see this. And, kind of hurt me to see this. But that's kind of why I brought it up. But another reason why I wanted to do a video. I love, riding at night. When I think, when my mind's heavy and, nightlife. I like nightlife, man. Everyone does. Everybody loves going out at night, with their friends and stuff, There's something about night. Even Jesus says in the Bible, that's when he did all of his praying. Late at night, he would go wander off. His disciples and stuff would just hang out, and he would tell them to, pray too, and when he went out there, he went to talk to God. That's what he did, He went and talked to him, just like I'm talking to you now. That's what he did, God talks to you, man, and through people and through, your experiences, But you got to learn to cultivate a relationship with him. It's very, he's calling everyone, but his ways are so precious that you have to be really, really responsible for him to, open up to you. And, no one's holy enough to be, stand before God, You gotta cleanse yourself, and I'm sorry, I believe in him, so that's what I'm doing. There's nothing I can do, to be saved, you know what I mean? There's nothing I can do for anyone to have me go to heaven. It doesn't make any sense. That's why we need a savior. That's why it's so important to have Jesus Christ, you know? Everybody's a low life before God. We all beg him for stuff. You know, it doesn't matter what you ask him. If you're asking him for something, you're begging. You know, if you're asking for something, you don't do nothing for him, it's begging. That's why you must work for him. You know, you work for him, he pays you. That's why I don't understand why people don't, like, I don't know, man. I have a lot to speak about, and you know, I can't wait for my book to go out. A lot of people to actually sit down and I don't know. But I went to Walmart and got some food. I needed some food for the morning. I hate having to get up early in the morning and not be prepared. I have a really fast metabolism. Like right when I wake up, I gotta eat something. I gotta drink something. I gotta smoke some weed. You know, like, and I grab the Bible and I read the Bible and I thank God for waking up and I talk to him before I even smoke weed, before I even get high or do anything. Before I even eat or. You know, I go in the bathroom. I make sure that I'm clean. You know what I mean? And before I stand before him and worship him. You know what I mean? And say thank you. You should never. Even I don't care what people say to you. If you're on the pooper, you can read the Bible, man. It's the best time to read the Bible. Honestly, it's the best time to get the word in. People are so busy. There's so much to do, and he understands it. God already understands it. He knows everything already. But I've been riding around here for a minute now because I miss people, and I'm thankful. Even though that those people did certain things, that bad. Not everything was bad. I learned a lot from these people. The things I know is significant, and I'm kind of reminiscing because I'm leaving and I'm gonna miss this place, and this place where I'm at, the Walmart, the Target in Detroit, Livonia area, I'm very familiar with it. It's actually called Wonderland Mall. Used to be. They tore it down and built this. Some kid actually got kidnapped. I remember back in the 90s watching TV. I always have a memory of like back in the 90s, America's Most Wanted. Like, families loved that stuff, man, in America. At least my family did. My fucked up family. But they loved America's Most Wanted. What's crazy is my stepdad, his best friend, my stepdad were on it. But I'll tell that in another story. But I remember the story well because the kid, it was a black kid, and he was wearing, they showed a picture of him, and he had the same jacket on that I had, and he disappeared. They never found him from this mall, or this area I'm at right now. But I'm over here because not only I had to get food, it was the closest Walmart. Plus I like riding at night. I wanted to get a ride in. But the Wonderland Mall, before they tore it down, it was abandoned, and when I was a kid, we used to call it, we had this thing, my friends and I, some family members, we called it RTC, rooftop chiefing. Stupid, we grab graffiti paint, spray paint and graffiti shit, and go smoke weed and climb on top of roofs of buildings, like downtown Detroit. We got a lot of old school architecture, and we paint graffiti. Me and my brother-in-law DJ, the one that really got me into all my computer stuff, my computer knowledge. Dude, he was so smart. That guy was so smart. But we it was funny because we wanted to go on top of Wonderland Mall and smoke on top of it before it got fully tore down. And they started tearing it down in one spot. Had like a little hole in the wall, and we went in the hole, and fucking, like, we heard like people talking, like voices and stuff. We got scared, and so we like ran out and shit. And we were so like determined to get up there. We brought like paintball gun, and I brought my paintball gun, and he had this BB gun. I've never seen anything like this in my life. I've never seen a BB gun like this, man. It took Freon that you would put refrigerant Freon that you would put inside of your car, or a refrigerator. And it was a BB gun. It was a Uzi. Looked just like an Uzi. And it was his dad's. His dad. It was like from like the 60s or 70s or something like that. 50s. I don't know. It was old. And you put like 4 packs of BBs in it, And you put the canister, and when you put the canister refrigerant on it, when you go to spin the canister on, the Freon comes out, and you gotta wear a glove when you put it on. And it's crazy to me that they use refrigerant because it's so bad for the ozone, But that gun, man, not only did it like it get cold and get like frozen, and it got frosty, which is crazy to me, because of the Freon. The BBs ripped through literally a piece of plywood. You could take 2 pieces of plywood, and it would go through the first piece of plywood into the second piece, and like almost come out the back of it. You know what I mean? If it was, not really good plywood, it would rip through too, no problem. And it's insane to me, like, and we brought that with us. It was funny to go climbing, and we couldn't find anywhere to get on top of the roof. And we knew that there was like latches and stuff, and the reason why I brought it up, it was hilarious, is the door that we came in, it was unlocked. It was in the Jeepers Creepers place, and so it made it that much funnier. And we were walking, there was a ladder, with the latch. And what's crazy is we were walking in that door, and we heard like a garbage bag or something like move, and like I got scared. We both ran out. We're like, dude, someone's gonna like trying to put a bag over our head or something. We ran out, and we were so determined to get up there though. We went around the other side, and we ended up getting up there. But what's funny is after we got up there, like there were people in there too, like security following us, which is funny. It was hilarious. We had a good time, but we finally got up there, and what's funny is we got in the mall. We're riding around the mall, walking around the mall with the flashlights and stuff, and it's all dark, and we're trying to find the latches, and we ended up like in the little control center where like the security sat and stuff, and they had like a map of the mall, and we found a latch which was in the movie theater, and we smoked a joint in the movie theater, which all the seats were gone. It was kind of eerie, but we got up there, and the funniest thing is the experience, like what happened, and we knew people were there, and we for sure, like, we were like, dude, there's definitely somebody there, Well, the latch that we originally tried to go up, where we heard that bag, and the noise, and got scared. We thought we were for sure, it was 90%, like we're 100% sure it was somebody. We're on the roof now. We realize we're by the latch, the hatch that comes up to the roof, where we originally came in, the door that we came in. We looked down, and we say fuck it, right? I open up the latch, I just start shooting the BB gun and the paintball gun down there. We were reckless, and we go down because we didn't want to go all the way back. It was stupid, and we ended up climbing down it. I ended up climbing down and just saying fuck it. And the whole time, right, it was a garbage bag in a trash can, and the wind was just whipping through the building where they put the hole in the wall, and it was going through the hallway. And since we had the door open, still when we walked in, you know, it created like a draft, and that was the noise the whole time. We felt so stupid, but yeah, it was a good time. That's why I kind of, just rode around for 20 minutes to talk to you guys. And talk about it, you know. I haven't really told anybody about that ever. No, I haven't. I really haven't. Not anybody that, you know, that is close to me or anything, you know. So kind of miss DJ. His name was DJ. My brother. Well, I guess I call him my brother-in-law. It was my dad's. It was my two older brothers' father. I have his last name. He's took care of me my whole life. You know, I'll get into that later on, but you know, it was my dad's girlfriend's son, DJ, and Derek, and he was smart, man. He was a big Linux geek and could pick locks and stuff. Taught me how to pick locks, which is crazy. His dad was a locksmith and a computer engineer. Like, pretty cool, dude, you know. His dad passed away at like 40 or 50, really young. It blew my mind how young his dad passed away from a heart attack. And he said his body only grew hair on one side, like on his back. Like, it was really, really hairy, and like on his heart side, there was no hair at all. And like, he would freak out, because his body was the same way, you know. He's like, he'd always say it, man, I'm gonna die just like my dad, man. I'm telling you, we're gonna die, you know. I miss him, man. This sucks because he took a lot, he stole a lot of stuff from me. And not to say that, you know, I didn't get all the stuff, you know, I earned a lot of it, but some of the stuff I had, you know, I didn't earn any good way, and you know, they ended up, somebody took it all. And what's crazy is, now that I think about it, and you know, I put everything in, I reflect, he took it, DJ took it, and Debbie took it, and my dad's girlfriend, and all that stuff. And what's funny is, I thought my best friend took it, and I showed up at his house, his mom's house, his house, you know, with the baseball bat, like, about to crack his head open, split his wig open, like I feel terrible now that I miss Gary, you know. I did that shit, you know. But, you know, Gary was the only one that was in my life all the time, in my, you know, like every day, you know. And so he was the first person, you know, to, you know, question, you know, like, you know, because of who I, you know, the stuff I did, the people I know that would do something like that. You know, I wasn't expecting DJ and his mom to do that, you know. And his mom took my dad's, my grandpa's trains, all my grandpa's locomotives, those trains from like the early, you know, 50s and stuff, when my dad was a kid, you know. My dad was born in 57, so, you know, that stuff is collectible. That stuff ain't cheap. And she took it all. It makes me upset, you know. Terrible stuff. People are terrible, man. You know, that's why I preach about Jesus so much, you know. When you read about him in the Bible and you realize, you know, that what he's teaching, and you know, you do yoga and you meditate and you look at all these other, you know, philosophies and religions and codes and ways of life to follow, you really see that he broke it out. He broke it down so well and so significantly and so poetically, and just the way he, you know, the stuff he did and the miracles he performed, you know, even if you don't believe them, for the Bible to have all those different books, and for, you got all those different people that witnessed this from the sky, that did perform these acts, and just for them to write it down, and for the Bibles to, so many of them to be printed, you know what I mean, more than any other thing, and and all these people that tell you, preach about him or talk about him, and just the sound of his name, like, makes people stop and think. People don't like it, and people do like it, and it's one of the most, like, hated, talked about things, and that's what makes me like it even more, to be honest with you, because no one likes it. That's why I like it even more. I swear to God, because the more I like Jesus, the more everyone goes out of my life. They literally, I swear to God, everybody just completely does a 180 and just turns away. I know why. Because they don't want to deal with the truth, They don't want to deal with the shame and the hurt, and the stuff that they've dealt with. And it's not all their fault, either. So that's why us Christians, the ones that really truly follow Jesus, that have the light in their heart, that's why they sing about, and that's why they write music and write books, and that's why they work so diligently for him, because it pays off. He takes care of the ones that he chooses, that choose to take time for him. And that's not easy to do. It's not easy to do. Read the Bible. No one wants to read the Bible. I never want to read the Bible. I got it in my backpack now, and when I go home, like, I don't read it as much as I want to. And I want to read it more because it's helped me so much in my life that I want to spend more time reading it. And the lifestyle and people and having to live, and it's you having to work a regular job, 40 hours a week. I can't study it the way I want to study it, and study the things that I want to study. That's why I can't do a regular business, That's why I have to do this. I have to have a passive income from multiple companies, and that I'm setting up, and I'm running, and you know what I mean. And the YouTube channel, it's the only way. And charter the boat. It's the only way. And I gotta have these locations in the boat. You know what I mean? It's all these systems to communicate together, and we were talking, different platforms, and and the stuff doesn't, like I said, I make good money, I have good money, and but I'm forced to use open source software, and I love Linux, so, and I program, you know what I mean? I code, so that's another thing too. I'm writing software, Truth Social. I might not call it that when I'm done, but whatever I call it, it's being written for Android, for Unix, for Linux, for Windows, for DOS. And I wanna release it publicly, openly, but I gotta be able to survive. So, in all the work I put into it, I gotta be able to make money off of it, and it's not easy to develop something that everybody is going to want on their phone and use on a daily basis, like YouTube or Facebook. That stuff's not easy, or Snapchat, to become the next thing, and I'm really pushing for something great. And what's crazy is there's already somebody doing it in the way that I plan on doing it, his way. So I'm trying to meet this person, and he goes to Full Sail University, and I've been studying, and I'm going for my computer science degree. I don't have any degrees, and so I'm going for my my first degree, an associate's degree, and it's studying algebra is not easy. It's not, and it's frustrating me because you gotta have higher than the 70% to get into the computer science class that I want in, and I scored, I'm almost there, and it's the highest, the most advanced class I can get into being a, being a felon, so it Full Sail, accept me, and I got a Henry Ford grant, you know what I mean, and Pell Grant, and a scholarship. So I gotta take advantage of it, and I tried getting in it last month, and like I said, I'm almost there. And it's frustrating because they're trying to push me to get into mobile development, which is what it's funny because that's part of what I'm doing, but I don't want to take classes I don't want to have to take classes and do stuff that I already know how to do. I'm trying to get in this semester. I'm gonna miss it. I think I'm gonna miss it. I don't know. I'm gonna shoot to take the test. I hope I pass. I hope I make it this month, but I got so much to take care of and stuff. It's a concern of mine, but it's not immediate. It just doesn't help when they're constantly calling you every time enrollment comes around. They're calling you, and I get it. HR is trying to, they get paid a commission for each student. That gets the money from the government. And, the students got to pay. That's another reason why I'm heading to Florida too. The campus down there, Full Sail University campus. It's the biggest campus that has their hands in the stuff that I'm interested in. So that's another reason why I'm going down there. Yeah, check out Full Sail University. They're pretty impressive. It's and what I like about them too, it's a non-profit organization as well, so it's Christian based. It's a Christian school. So it's ran by a lot of faithful people that care. The resources that they send you in your emails, and the online schoolwork, and using Khan Academy to study. Khan Academy has been a blessing to learn the stuff that I'm learning, because when I was in prison and going to school before that, studying books and teachers teaching you, it's not always easy when you don't know the stuff. So Khan Academy, the way it's presented and the way they teach, even though some people's voices I don't care for, you get the monotone voice, I'm sure people don't like my voice, It's not that I don't like the person, they need to have more voices, more just personalities doing it instead of the same two people that I've experienced so far. It's just my personal opinion, but it's a great tool. It's been 34 minutes, I'm trying to keep these videos short, but it's whatever. If people are watching them and you guys are, making comments, and it's positive, I'm all for it. Any negative comments, I'm not even going to respond to, or just, You know, I'm just not. If I do respond to it, it's gonna be me putting that person in place, and it's not gonna be good. I mean, it'd be good if they learn something from it, but that's not the point of it, you know. And so that's why I'm gonna work really hard not to respond to those people that are ignorant. We'll see how good I can handle that. I'm already having problems, you know, with Facebook Marketplace selling stuff, you know, asking the prices that I am for my stuff, you know. People saying it's not worth what they say it's not worth, which is not true. They have no idea what they're talking about, and their children, these people that, you know. And it's funny because I respond to them, you know, and I post the stuff on my Facebook for everyone to see. You click on you click on my ad. You're obviously interested in the things that I'm selling it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have clicked on it, read the price and the description, and then message me, take the time, your effort to tell me that I'm stupid. So it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. You just don't want to pay the price that I'm asking for it. And whether, you know, I'm asking more than what it's worth or not, that's irrelevant. You know, things are hard. If you buy a gun right now on the street, you buy a pistol on the street right now, it's not like it used to be, man, before I went in prison. It's changed a little bit because of COVID, you know. People like guns, you know, and people like nice things. And, you know, to get a gun off the street, you know what I mean, and, you know, and not have it, you know, tied to you and no paperwork and stuff, that it's worth something. There's value there. If you're doing something stupid, or you don't want people following you or knowing what you're doing, you know what I mean, or tracing you, or so it's, you know, people are asking more than what, you know, $100, $200 more than what they're worth to buy it new, you know, from the store. And that's the truth. And I'm not saying that everyone's like that, you know, everyone's hard up for money. You know, I mean, everyone, you know, people are hard up for money too. People are getting rid of stuff for cheap. You know, people are looking out. You know, so, but it takes time to find those deals. And, you know, and looking for my boat, I have a feeling I'm going to be getting a boat from Alabama. I don't know why. My heart just keeps telling me that. And I really want to sail in the Gulf of Mexico first before I get into any bigger body of water, until I get more experience down, you know what I mean? And before I even design my website for my charter for people to, you know, I can display my photos of the, you know, the vacations, you know, and the destinations, and, you know, the people's experiences, and, you know, and what they did. That way people can see what it is that I'm about and what it is that I do. I'm not going to do any of that till I have full experience. I gotta, that's why it's so important for me to get the season and get down there and get the boat and start filming all this stuff. And it's a lot of work when you doing all this stuff yourself. And you know, and the goals I'm shooting for are, you know, pretty big. So, yeah. I'm riding my old neighborhood. I'm gonna go home soon. My legs are beat today. It's from riding the trails the other day. I can't wait to do some more tricks and stuff. Gotta take my backpack off, you know, and not have weight, and be able to, you know, I can't get hurt. That's the problem too. So I gotta be really careful on, like, plan this stuff, you know, if I'm gonna be recording any videos of me doing anything cool, you know, when I'm riding the trails, you know, in the mountains heading south, you know. And it sucks because I gotta record this stuff. So I gotta park a car. sleep in my car, and then, you know, record myself down these trails, I gotta backtrack to get back to my car. And then, you know, so I'm basically doing the trip twice, in a sense, if you put it in perspective. You know, if I'm riding the trail from the north to the south, as I'm heading down south to get footage of my, you know, me riding and, you know, these places I want to show everyone. So, you know, I got to go from point A to point B on a bike, and then from point B back to point A, you know, with all this equipment, you know, rest, drive past the places I just rode the bike, you know, and then go to the next spot, and then pick up where, you know, I left off there. You know, it's, you know, and you know, and then finding places that are, you know, are worth, you know, editing and doing all this work and recording, you know, places that have history, you know, topics that, you know, the stuff that I'm interested in, the stuff I want to speak about. It's not easy to find, you know, all these places, and, you know, and it's not cheap either. You know, when you start looking into this stuff, you get discouraged really quick, you know, until you start seeing the money. It's hard. It's, you know, it's hard to do the same thing over and just show up every single day. You know, nobody wants to work. Everybody wants it, but nobody wants to do it. But you have to do it if you want it, you know, or you need it. So I'm just bite it, dude. Just do it, you know. I've already made 3 videos today, you know. I'm trying to keep the videos a half an hour, and it's already 42 minutes, you know. And so, you know, I'm just talking, you know, telling you guys what it is I'm doing, and it's not that hard in that part if you think about it that way once you do it, but it's still discouraging every day, you know. But I'm almost a couple miles from home, driving by a trailer park. Hey, I'm gonna tell you guys one more story before I go. This trailer park, it's funny. My friend Nick Spears, really good friend of mine from when I was young. I'm in Dearborn. When I moved out to Redford, his mom, they moved out to Redford, you know, and I didn't see him. You know, he was a friend from my childhood, you know. I didn't see him for almost a decade, you know. We lost touch, and I moved out to Redford over here by this trailer park. His mom lived down the street from this trailer park, and I met him at the trailer park hanging out with some kids skateboarding, and it's funny because I ran into him and I ended up going over his house, you know. And it's funny when I tell you the story. His mom lived on Rockdale Street, so just the name of the street is kind of funny when you hear the story, because his mom was a crackhead, and it was sad. You know, I was hanging out with him a lot, and I got my license, you know, and you know, 17, 18, you know, a little late, and but I was hanging out with him, you know, again, and he called me. He was like, man, you know, my sister Carly, you know, my mom Sheila, she sold all the groceries. There's no groceries in the house, right? And he's like, I need a ride to get some groceries for my little sister. I'm like, all right, bet. So I take him, right? You know, he spends $100, and I ended up spending $100, you know, out of my own money for dog, you know, for his, you know, sister and stuff, you know, like, and we put all this food in the fridge, right? You come back the next day, bro, it's all gone. Like $200 worth of fucking food, bro. Back in 2008, a decent amount of food, you know, the whole fridge was full. You know, some basket, you know, a whole basket full, you know. And It's gone. Like, how did you eat up all that food that fast?
Good.
And it was hilarious. It was sad. It was just a hilarious thing about it. Like she sold all the fucking groceries, man. Like, what pisses me off is that the crackhead actually took the groceries. Like the crackhead's got no money and stuff, right? And selling the groceries, and you're a crack dealer and you're taking the groceries. Like, I get like the EBT card half thing, you know what I mean? But to physically take the food, and you see that this person is that rough, that burned out, from the drugs that you're giving them, and your guilty conscience doesn't, tell that person they probably should stop or not give it to them, maybe stop thinking about not selling drugs anymore. That blows my mind. Now that I'm older and now that I've sold drugs or have done drugs, the amount is irrelevant. It's crazy to me. It blows my mind, the things that people do, the things that I've done, and the things I've done are all justified in a way. Not to say that people are gonna agree the reason why I did what I did, but I didn't know any better either, No one taught me the better way until, I learned the better way. And there's only the only best way to go is Jesus' way that I found so far, So, I need to go this. I'm so used to, I moved over here back to my old neighborhood, And it's funny, I'm so used to going the other way. Still, like, it's ingrained in me, living the other way. I've been at this house for a year and a half now. I'm actually giving up a lease. I agreed to a 3-year lease. Well, my dad did. We did it together, but I'm not on the lease. That's another reason why I'm leaving. I'm not on the lease. And even if I was on the lease, I'm leaving because, one, the tree that's above the house is about to fall on the house, and the landlord won't pay to get it done, taken down, and I'm not paying for it. It's not my responsibility. And it's expensive to move a tree, and if I do it, and the tree falls, on the house, I'm screwed. And the panel box, yo, what's up, man? What you got, man? What are you trying to do? What's up, man? Man, I don't need whatever, though, man. I got weed, man.
You got some weed right now?
I'm smoking, doing the video right now, man, for everybody, man.
Man, I need some motherfucking weed right now to smoke.
Yeah, here, smoke this. Enjoy it. I'm gonna go finish my video, man. Check me out, Life Stories Perspectives, bro. All right, man. My name's Retrospect, man. What is it? Z-Rock? I remember J-Rock? G-Rock. Listen, man, I know so many names, man. I remember your face, though. Man, I ain't about that life no more. But listen, man, follow my channel, man. You'll be happy, man. Just follow. Life Stories Perspectives, Facebook and YouTube, man. Yeah, take care, man. God bless. See, people trying to sell me drugs, Trying to sell them. It's all people are funny, right? Listen, you just try to tell me, trying to sell me drugs, tell me you got anything I want, right? Right, listen, you just show me I gotta get ice, I got all this, right? I was like, I got weed, right? He said, I got weed for sale, right? I was like, man, I got it. You just heard me. And I gave him weed. Then he asked me for weed, and I just gave him some weed. Like, bro, everything that kid just said is a lie. He can get it, I'm sure, but he ain't got it on him. Come on. I've done it. I've done it. Listen, I've done it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Listen, man, that time in the joint, it's the boys don't play. They're not even, that's why I call them boys. They ain't men. They're just boys. That's all they do is play games. All day long play. So, you know, I don't know. I'm heading home though. That place is good, China House. It's been there forever, since I've been a kid. You know, when a place has been around that long, you know it's good. It's gotta be good, right? For it to survive that long. I mean, I'm 30, going on 34. It's, ever since I can remember, it's 34 years, Since little, less than that, obviously. I don't remember everything, but it's just since I was born, but, it's a long time. Shit. I know, I came over here too, and then the reason why I came over here, I've always had dirt bikes, and, I've always ridden my whole life. I ride. That's what I do, I ride. I always used to ride back here behind this Home Depot. It's not a Home Depot no more. It used to be a Home Depot. It closed. Now they just store cars. They were actually putting Ford trucks here when they went on the chip shortage. They're putting all the Ford trucks here, storing them, but they don't have them here no more. They recently moved them. Oh, there's 2 raccoons. Nice. Raccoons are mean. They're really, really mean, raccoons. But yeah, I used to come back here with the dirt bike, because I live in the neighborhood, I live in Detroit, you can't, you're not supposed to be riding that type of stuff, the neighborhood. People call the police and stuff all the time, so I'd always ride back here for a minute. Rip it a couple times, get it out of me, and go back here, catwalk it, dump the clutch, for a second, drop it down, hit third, open it up real quick. Sometimes I get the 4th back here, It's pretty good distance back here. But I'm coming back here because Gary would always try to catwalk my bike, and he fucking wiped out back here. I miss him today a lot. He wiped out back here. And it's funny too, because he had 2 matching scars, one on his elbow and one on his knee from when he hit the pavement. And when they healed, they were hearts. There were 2 matching hearts. It was funny. So he had a heart on his elbow, 2 scars, and 2 hearts, one on his elbow, one on his right knee, one on his right elbow. It's funny. I ended up selling that bike. He twisted the fucking handlebars and forks so bad. I just didn't have interest in it anymore. And some dad bought it for their kid. I sold it on Craigslist for a couple $100. Dad had the parts or something like that to fix it. So yeah, it was a Yamaha 125 2-stroke. All I had was had a chrome platinum pro circuit pipe on it. That was all that was done to it. Nice bike. It was a nice bike. Fast. Scare the shit out of you. Scare me, and it takes a lot to scare me. So yeah, that's why I came over here. But yeah, the video is almost an hour, 53 minutes going on, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I want to kind of go to bed early tonight, get some rest. Nobody's messaged me for my furniture yet, and it's frustrating me because that's the only thing that's keeping me here is my truck and my furniture, and it's frustrating me too because I can't find the other title for my truck. I found the title. I had the title in my safe for my other truck, the one I'm pulling the motor, but I think my dad, I don't know why, he might have moved. When he moved, I don't know. I bought I had a I had money, you know what I mean, working at this place. I was making good money. And I helped put money down on a truck, and my dad smashed it. Not that long, right after. Not even like 3 weeks later, he smashed it. It was a GMC. Nice truck. Nicest truck he ever owned, actually. And then he smashed it not even 3 weeks later. So I was out that money, and you know, I ended up buying a twin turbo. I ended up helping him buy a twin turbo EcoBoost. You know, and we took it up north along with my truck, and it was a good time. You know, nice truck, man. My dad has it right now. He won't speak to me, and it's frustrating me. He blocked my phone and all that stuff, and all because of Jesus, all because I talk about Jesus. That's what it really came all down to, and it's kind of messing me up in my head a little bit, because this man used to take me to go, you know, and do stupid things, and I don't do stupid things no more. And now that I preach Jesus and taught Jesus, you don't want nothing to do with me. And why? I'm not doing anything bad anymore. And it's been really it's been hurting me, man. And he's not my biological father either. My biological father lives in Poland. You know, I haven't seen my biological father since 2008, 2007. He hasn't been this way since then. He went back home, which, you know, eventually I'll touch on, but, you know, and I gotta make it out that way too. I wanna go see my family's hometown where they came from. You know, I do. And I wanna see where Margarita's from. I want her to take me the places she grew up, you know what I mean? Like I took her, you know? That's what this is all about. That's what this channel's all about. So, you know, travel, experience, and life, and hope, and good food, good times. You know, that's all I'm about now these days. Helping people and just enjoying life, man. Life is precious. You know, I'm thankful that I get it now, and I'm thankful for Jesus that He's given me this gift, you know, and we all got a gift, so that's another reason why I'm doing this, you know, help people find the gift that they have. I'm good at it. I know I'm good at it. God tells me I'm good at it, you know. That's why he uses me. That's why he uses the people that he uses to make music that people love, you know, and, you know, people follow, and all those good things that people do, you know. Whether they believe in Jesus or not, if they love, you know, they love God. Which is, you know, I'm going to be making more videos about that too. And so, you know, every day is different. So, just writing down my brother had a house over here, which I'm not speaking with either. He had a house over here. It's a really nice home. He lost it, you know. He's alcoholic, and lost his wife and his kids, and the house he let go and back to the bank, and it's a really nice home. And kind of sad for him, because he doesn't put the effort to change, and you know, I try to help him, and he doesn't want the help, so it's time for me to go, you know. Yeah. But yeah, it's an hour video, 59 minutes. I'm almost at the end of the stream, you know, heading home. I'm gonna just hop in the bath, eat, shower, you know, shower, bath, same thing. Eat and just, you know, read the word and go to bed, man. I'll end up waking up at like 3. I already know it. 2, what time is it? Let me see what time it is.